What's up? 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 What is up? How are y'all doing today? It is Friday, and y'all know what that means. That means we're gonna have us a good old time tonight. I'm your host, Emmanuel Eman Noisette, and I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming out today. Real quick, if the mic sounds okay, please let me know. Feel free to, keep me in check over there in the chat. But today we are going to be talking about some of the news from the week. We have some Superman set photos that we will talk about. We have some Marvel updates. I got a couple rumors that we'll be going and talking about. And excuse me. And I will give you guys my spoiler-free review of A Quiet Place Day One. So we'll go through all of that. A little bit of a shortened live today. Your boy's a little under the weather. I do have to take a little tussin. Probably take a little ginger ale right after that, but we're gonna get through this nevertheless. So let us go through and see who made it out nice and early, and give a quick couple of shout outs. I see my man Dexter Reason. Hello, what is up? Jay, how you doing? Good to see you. Paulette, thank you so much for hanging out. Kiki, always a pleasure. My man Anthony's back. Thank you so much for being here. Tasha, how you doing? Tane, what's up? Rachel, good to see you. Cal Payne, what is going on? Jay, what's going on? You know what? Okay, so I wanted to play the Red One trailer, and there was another trailer I wanted to play, but I couldn't because of copyrights and YouTube not wanting me to be great. It's okay. It's a Rock movie, like anything The Rock does with $7 production. I don't know if you really gonna get anything better than a 7, out of 10. Like, listen, I'm glad it's not coming to theaters. I don't think I'd be going to theaters. The fact that it's streaming, maybe I'll watch it, but I don't really get excited for those movies. Didier, what is up? Good to see you. Shar, thank you so much for making it. My man Derek is here. What is up? Pierre, what's up? Lou, how you doing? Ms. Hoffa coming through. Thank you so much. Deborah, so good to see you again. Thank you for making it out. 60 plus. What's up? Treese, good to see you. My man Nelson V is in the building. Mike, Mr. Icon, good to see you. Kimmy J, thank you so much for making it. Mr. Mitchell, what is up? Got the homie Zia Latrice here too. Come on through. We got Tracy. What is up? Good to see you. My man Minister Crush is here. Good to see you. Drake, good to see you. Thank you so much for making it out. Corey, how you doing? My man Storm Shadows here. T-Ville is in the house. What is up? Claus, appreciate you coming through. Come on now. We got a top supporter with Low Key here. Thank you so much for making it out. Tyra, good to see you. Callow, what is up? Delayla, hello. Or is it Ladella? I'm sorry, Ladella. My bad. Mama J is in the building. Good to see you. Who else did I see? There we go. Christy, thank you for coming out. My man Raymond is back. Good to see you too. Did I miss anybody? I think we got most people. Miss Cairo, how you doing? My man Sean is back. Always a pleasure to see all the vets coming through. I love the repeat. I do. Let's see. A shout out to everybody that's made it out tonight. There we go. Hold on. Mara Sharice is here as well. What is going on? Shout out to everybody that's made it out, guys. I really do appreciate it. Before we get started, I got to give a quick couple shout outs here because we got some folks in here just out here supporting the channel and keeping us ad free. My man Minister Crush, brother, thank you so much for the $22 Cash App. I do appreciate it. You said just a token of appreciation. Well, brother, I appreciate you right back. So thank you so much for that. It does go a long way. All right. So, like I said, we got a shortened stream, not too much in the news, but we'll make do of it. Before, let's go ahead and grab a couple of these comments. Anthony, what you got? I'm looking forward to Cap 4. I think Anthony Mackie is qualified for his new black job. Hey, somebody got to have a black job. That's funny. That is funny. Thank you so much for it. I bet you that man is sick of his black job already. Let's see. Thank you again for those other stories as well, Anthony. Happy to hear it. Let's see. You do say here, the daughter Kobe update. So the daughter is cool. It's funny because she was the one crying. As well, some of you that might not know, Kobe, y'all dog, did end up sniping or biting her. I wasn't there. Obviously, it happened during the live, so I didn't see what happened. I didn't see the circumstances, but the way it was described, it sounded like he was like kind of I wouldn't say play fighting, but he was getting kind of aggressive in terms of playing like a tug of war in a sense. And if y'all have dogs, y'all know how they do that little tug of war or whatever. And it's messed up because the trainer, when I first went to training with him, I told him that we bought him one of those ropes, the little ropes that you could just buy and, have them bite at it or whatever. And he was like, nah, them things make dogs more aggressive. And I was like, man, Kobe ain't finna be aggressive. Who is he? He a little poodle, he a golden doodle. What he finna do? But the trainer was right, because that whole idea, that mentality of, oh, this is mine, it's in his mind at this point, and it makes him aggressive. So we've established new rules, new ground rules. Now Kobe cannot go stay in the girls' room. He got a bed, and that's where he needs to sleep. Listen, he a dog. I'm not gonna tell y'all what y'all got to do in y'all house. We don't have no dogs sleeping in our beds and nothing. That's not our way of living. And he used to be able to stay in the rooms, but now he's starting to get too territorial. He's starting to, like if they have clothes on the floor, he's starting to get his scent all over it. So it's kind of making him think, oh, wait, no, they're my panties. No, they're my stockings. No, that sock over there, that's mine. They got my scent on it. So I'm like, yo, we're not doing that no more. He got to go. Let him stay in his little area. Let him play with his little toys so he's not confused. And he ain't going to get caught up because I told y'all already. My man's only got maybe 1 or 2 strikes. Ain't going to be no 3 strikes. It's going to be 1 or 2. And he already on half a strike right now. So, we're trying to adjust. Like I said, girls are cool. And this is just something that, with any pet that you have, you don't just train the animal. You have to train everybody else in the house too, right? Because he can't just only act right when I'm around, which he does, but he got to act right with everybody. As my wife would say, he the lowest on the totem pole. Okay, like bro, you the dog. You have to listen to everybody. So we did get that reestablished, and everybody I believe is currently on the same page. So I think we are all good. Oh snaps. Hold on. I spoke too soon. Low key, thank you so much for the $25 cash app. I'm sending you some love right back. Appreciate you and Minister Crush for keeping this ad free for the peoples. Thank you for holding it down and making this a enjoyable stream for everybody. Thank you so much for that. And thank you, Anthony. I appreciate you. All right. What do we have? Okay, so first update. So Shrek. I don't know about y'all, but Shrek has been a very enjoyable movie franchise. Michael Myers, Eddie Murphy, they were doing the thing. I would say that Shrek was kind of doing what The Boys is doing to all Marvel DC shows. Shrek was doing that with all Pixar and other animated stuff, right? And I don't know how, but if you haven't watched Shrek at all, you need to go watch Shrek. But the franchise has been pretty strong, but it's also been a while. Like Shrek's been out for has it been almost 20 years now? Jesus, I don't know. When did the first Shrek come out? Actually, I am kind of curious about that. Oh my god, I feel old. Shrek, the first Shrek came out in 2001. That was 23 years ago. Yikes. I was finna sit here and be like, oh yeah, Shrek came out in 2015, 2016, 2001. Jesus. Anyway, there've always been talks about when are we going, or are we going to get another Shrek? Actually, now I'm curious. When the hell was the last Shrek? Because when was, okay, I know 2001, that was a thing. When was the last one that came out? 2010. 2010? 14 years ago was the last Shrek movie. I feel old. Jesus. Anyway, time, crazy. It's been 14 years since the last one, and the question has come up for whatever reason. Are we going to get more Shreks? Now, I don't know if we will, if we won't, but that was until Eddie Murphy had an interview and he started talking about Shrek, right? So he has his new movie coming out, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, that will be coming out on Netflix. But during this interview, he was asked about, what was going on, what projects he was doing, and, what's up with Shrek. And he actually gave an update. He said here, we started doing Shrek 4 5 months ago. He said Shrek 4 or 5. I think he was getting confused too because it was a lot of movies. Shrek 5 about 5 months ago. And Beverly Hills Cop, he said, I recorded the first act and we'll be doing it this year. We'll finish it up. Another Shrek is coming out. And Donkey, he's going to have his own spin-off movie. Murphy later added that Shrek 5 will be released sometime in 2025. Okay. I mean, I like the movies. Me and my kids, we've watched the they've already had a bunch of little spin-offs. They had the Puss in Boots movie, which was actually pretty good if you haven't seen it. I'm wondering if it'll have the same impact, though. I mean, people like sequels, things that are familiar. Things are all about franchises nowadays. So I think I'm probably going to need to see a trailer to see if it's worth going to the theaters for. I don't know if I want to see a spin-off movie for Donkey in the theaters. Mainly because when I watch the Puss in Boots and I watch the other little Shrek spinoffs, those things, we watch those on streaming. I don't know if it has the same bang for your buck that the previous movies did. The previous ones were hilarious. And yes, it came at the right time and it was there. But 14, 20 something years later, I don't know. So you guys let me know, is Shrek 5 something that you're interested in? Is Shrek 5 something you will go to the theaters to go see? Do you need to wait and see more? Are you excited for a Donkey spin-off movie? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right. So, Dem Dragons. If you haven't already, you should be following. You should be, checking out your boy every Monday night. We get together, we talk about House of the Dragon, and we go through all the stuff that happens in the episode. So if you haven't been watching, you are missing out. But one thing, and I'll try to obviously keep this spoiler free. One thing, I should say, no, not one thing. One person people cannot stand in House of the Dragon is this man right here, Sir Cole, Sir Kristen Cole. Don't nobody like this dude. He started off cool. I was like, okay, my man out there in the night tournament and everything, he was all good. And then all of a sudden, my man turned into a simp. Then he turned into a whole Westerosi incel. Don't nobody like this man. Now, I'm not saying he's on King Joffrey level of hatred. I'm not saying that. But he's getting close. He's getting mighty annoying. I can't stand this brother every time he hits the screen. But apparently, this is going a little too far. Maybe. Who said BBL Chrissy? I can't stand y'all. Why would y'all do this? The actor, Fabian Frankel, has had to limit his comments on IG due to harassment he has faced since House of the Dragon Season 2 began. Whoo! Look at what they've been writing on him on his IG. Where were you when the heir to the throne was murdered? I hate you, man. How did you go from the most liked character and become the worst character in Game of Thrones history? Man, I hope somebody jumps this guy. I hate you, Kristen. Yo. Kudos to this. Now, what I will say is, I like the fact that the people are keeping it focused on the character. I like that. He has not excelled to the level where it's crossing the line yet. I know it's extreme. Okay. They talking about they hate him and all that. I get it. But to me, that just says you doing your job very well. Right? He's clearly doing something right to have people engaging on his comments and stuff like this. Now, again, like I said, he's not on Joffrey level, because I believe, and this is, I'm just speaking for myself, the Joffrey level is where I don't even care if it's the main character or not. I don't like this guy's face. Like the actor. I don't like the actor's face. I can't see the Joffrey actor in anything else without wanting to punch him in the face. That's how good he played his role. This man tried to grow a mustache in real life, and I said, you're not going to fool me. Come and get this piece. So Christian Cole ain't right. He ain't there yet. The character, yes. Yes, I got problems with the character. But the actor, he ain't at that point yet. Now, maybe he's still going to do some messed up stuff, and maybe, I don't know. He might change our opinions even more. But I like the fact that I think this is a telling sign that fans are responding this way. So shout out to him for doing a good job. Anyway, what do y'all think about the guy's character on House of the Dragon, for those of y'all that are not tuning in, which you should? And what do you think about the fan reaction? Do you think it's justified? Do you think it's just a sign of how well, he's doing? How do you feel about the fact that he's limiting his IG? To me, I'm like, man, this might be all the attention you will ever get. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you only gonna have that one role that people gonna care about. I'm sitting here like, listen, you could always turn your comment notifications off. Turn them comments off, because, brother, you need all the attention you can get. I'm just saying, like, you don't know. This might be it for you. This might be your peak. You might die, when you're nice and old. That's Kristen Cole. I don't know. Anyway, y'all let me know what you think in the comments down below. Oh, Lord. Natalie, what's up, Mackie fans? I mean, E-fam, I'm trolling. Why are you trolling them? Didn't nobody do nothing to you, and you just coming in here with all this. Why? Why with the chaos? Just the chaos. Thank you, Natalie. Hold on. I missed your last one. Let me grab it. Okay, there it is. Random, but one time in Hawaii, some restaurant owner thought my dad was Eddie Murphy. One time racism could have worked, but my dad paid for the meal. Wow. That's I don't know what your dad looks like, but if I look like Eddie Murphy, I'd make that work for me in multiple ways. Like free meals, you know what I'm saying? Free everything. I practice my laugh. Just whatever. Like you gotta do whatever. Listen, y'all don't know. Sometimes people be blessed, and y'all gotta jump on them blessings. All right, let's move on. Dune. So we have a Dune update. If you have not watched Dune Part 2, I already have a review for it. I thought Dune was fantastic. Part 2, that is. The first Dune, it was visually amazing, visually great, but the story was thick and just didn't really work. But I do believe that Dune 2 did a better job. But when it comes to the Dune franchise as a whole, it is one of the thickest, heaviest type of sci-fi that's around. I mean, you gotta really, really be into sci-fi to, to love Dune. And if you did not know, Dune was the inspiration for George Lucas to make Star Wars. So you wouldn't have Star Wars if it wasn't for Dune, right? But of course, Dune ended up becoming a box office darling, the second film. And because of it, there was all this speculation of like, yo, Denis Villeneuve, the director, are you going to make a third one? He's kind of teased it around. He's like, I got another movie coming. I'm working on Dune 3, blah, blah, blah. But given the success of Dune 2, and what I think, I believe Dune 2 will probably get Denis a Oscar nomination. I do believe it. Like, I think he could be in the running for best director so far. I mean, we haven't seen what comes around in the award season, but I do believe he's kind of the same way Christopher Nolan did with Oppenheimer last year. I do believe Denis has a very good chance of being in that running for best director. So if you have best director, you might get best picture. And if you have those type of accolades on your resume, you don't think that making another Dune movie is going to be on your agenda and asking them to cut yet another check? I think so. So anyway, as he plays coy about all this, there have been some more whispers about what's going on. And I believe Warner Brothers, they already had a couple movies slotted for different times, like in 20 December 2026. But the question is, what movie will that be? So now we have Deadline reporting, and there's speculation that it could actually be that, or maybe one of these MonsterVerse Godzilla movies. So let's check it out. It says here that the untitled event film by WB had been dated for December 2026. Now it's being billed as a Denis Villeneuve event film. And sources said that the studio and Legendary are holding the date with the expectation that he wraps up the spectacular trilogy with Dune 3. Now they're still working on the script and they're trying to lock down the cast, but it is the project Villeneuve has been working on. And it says here that both Villeneuve and Legendary are prepping Dune Messiah, which the filmmaker said in January should be the last Dune movie for me. Now, if you have been a fan of the Dune films, or even if you've read the books, I think it is very safe to say that they absolutely should not go beyond Dune 3. Because the books, I want to say they're like 6 novels or something like that. And again, they're very thick. The concepts, the imagery, it's a lot. Dune 3 is probably the limit to where Dune is acceptable for mainstream audiences. Again, it's already very, I would say it's not the most approaching, it's not the most accessible sci-fi movie for general audiences. Like The Matrix, you don't have to be a sci-fi fan. You could just walk in and watch The Matrix. Star Wars, lightsabers, the Force, you could just walk in and kind of get it. Dune, you got to be a fan, right, of sci-fi. And after Dune 3, after the story of Dune 3, because it fast forwards into like thousands of millennia, years, all this other stuff, it gets weird. It gets very weird. If y'all thought the whole sandworm stuff and listen, I don't think there's anybody that can take what the other future movies or stories could be and put that on TV or on film and make that work. So Denis is brilliant and very smart to say, yeah, we gonna stop right about here, because anything after this, we gonna be dealing with a wrinkle in time level of probably catastrophe. So I do like the fact that this is happening. I like the fact that he's on it. This makes the most financial sense for him and for WB, because I do think the longer you wait, the more momentum you lose. So anyway, I like the fact that Dune 3 is happening, at least from what this is suspecting. But you guys let me know, are you excited for another Dune film? Is Dune even a franchise that you got into? Maybe you're still on the fence. Maybe you haven't watched it. Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. All right. Didier, what you got? Meanwhile, Patty is posting memes about Aegon smashing his Lego set. I saw that. That was hilarious. Like he built that whole, it took him all his life, and you just gonna smash, bro. I love that. That's really cool. Fun fact, in case anybody watched the behind the scenes, they made 2 sets. So they made one set originally. I think they're probably gonna put it like in a museum or something, or whatever. But then they made another stunt set just specifically for that scene. So it is still actually preserved somewhere. Let's see. Oh, Ali, what you got? Hey, man, E fam, I've come to realize when in a wheelchair for the next few months, better late than never is your motto, mantra. Happy Friday. Ooh, I hope everything is okay for you. But I do appreciate you coming through for sure. Thank you so much. All right, what else we got? Yo, we got stray shots. We got shots being fired. I know y'all like mess. And I know that mess happens, especially around the Fast and Furious franchise. We have for a long time talked about some of hold on, what is this? I'm sorry. What is this? Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. What is this? Why can't I get this out here? Okay. I don't know what this is. Okay, goodbye. Sorry. I had to block that person. I don't know what they're doing in here. Anywho, we have for a long time talked about the mess behind Fast and Furious. And no, this is not about the Fast and Furious, but it is about the man behind the Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel. And this other guy, Paul Walter Hauser, who apparently had some thoughts about Vin. Now, you know, this was during an interview, and it was an interview for Inside Out 2. Now, here's the thing. How does Inside Out 2 have anything to do with Vin Diesel at all? I don't know, but this interview tried to connect them, and I'll just present it for y'all so y'all can be the judge of this. So Paul Walter Hauser, in case you did not know, on Inside Out 2, he plays the emotion embarrassment. Okay, so this guy's an Emmy winner. To be honest, I ain't never heard of him, but he's an Emmy winner, and he was in this interview. And it says here the Emmy-winning actor calls out Vin Diesel for stories about Diesel allegedly mistreating cast and crew on set. The two actors have not worked together, and it appears that Hauser is not interested due to what he's heard about Diesel. The interviewer told Hauser that his arc in Inside Out 2 means, oh, you're like Vin Diesel now. And the actor said, please don't say that. Please don't say that. The actor goes on to say, I like to think I'm on time and approachable. Woo. Now he's alluding to the stories he's heard that Diesel is not on time or approachable. He said, I love people, and when I hear stories about Hollywood actors who get paid really well and mistreat people, I out them constantly, and it's a blast. Yikes. I mean, Vin just gonna catch a random stray like that. Vin was just sitting there putting oil in his car, minding his own business, and then all of a sudden this stray came out of nowhere. Now, in case y'all forgot, this ain't the first time, Vin has gotten this accusation. Not too long ago, we talked about this. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was having his little public feud with Vin Diesel. Now, we're not going to talk about, the other accusations of Dwayne Johnson and the whole pee in the bottle situation. Go check my other videos for that. But The Rock was having a public feud with Vin Diesel because he was accusing or insinuating that Diesel was late to set, that he was unprofessional, and that, matter of fact, other cast members and other crew supported The Rock in terms of calling out Diesel. And here's the crazy thing, in case y'all forgot, when Diesel was interviewed and asked about what The Rock was talking about, he never denied it. I don't know if y'all remember it. He didn't deny being unprofessional or anything like that. Y'all remember Diesel ended up saying, "Oh, I was just doing some tough love with The Rock. I was trying to get him, to I don't know, become a better actor." He didn't deny it, but he spun that sucker and said, like, "Oh yeah, I was just trying to get The Rock to be better, because he was a wrestler before." Whatever. If you need the whole background, I have more videos. Just type in Vin Diesel and The Rock on my channel. You can see the whole drama. But it is interesting that another actor is speaking up on this. Now, I would say that, this Hauser guy, he has not worked with Vin Diesel, right? So I think it is important to admit it, to at least acknowledge that. So this is not coming from firsthand knowledge of him working with Vin Diesel and saying this, but he's talking about the stories he's heard. I can only assume that he's probably talking to other actors that he knows that probably have worked with Vin Diesel. Like, listen, Hollywood is not, I'm sure rumor travels, I'm sure people talk, all like that. So Vin Diesel probably has a reputation, but this dude just went out his way to call him out, and he just felt comfortable with it. So, hey, that's his business. That ain't, I wouldn't have done it. Like, I'm not gonna call people out unless, like, unless I'm like actually involved, but whatever. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this stray shot Vin Diesel just caught for no reason? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. So we have hold on. Let me get this together for y'all. Give me one sec. I had the wrong link up. Come on now, stop playing. Got it? Okay. Uh-huh. 1 second. My bad, y'all. All right, there we go. Jesus. Why is this doing this? All right. There it is. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Superman. So, Superman will be coming to us sometime in 2025, I believe July 2025 of next year. And this is going to be the introduction for James Gunn's cinematic DCU. Creature Commandos, the animated feature, is going to be, or the animated series will be the first entry in the DCU, but this Superman movie is going to be the first film. I've already told you guys, I'm kind of like, I'm not super excited for it, but at the same time, I'm kind of like interested to see what he does with it, because this can start setting the tone. But as I've said before, I do not believe that Superman is going to make or break the DCU. I believe that's going to be up to Batman. Batman is going to be the real figure, the real breaking point of whether or not the DCU will work. I have my red flags about it. Made a whole video about it. You can check that out. But we do have some set photos now of some of the people that are going to be in the film. We recently saw a image of David Corenswet, who's playing Superman. We showed the picture of him putting on his boots, looking tired. He just did not want to go out there and go fight. I don't know. My man looked tired last time we saw him. But now we actually have some set photos that have leaked. Some of them have been spoilery, so I'm not going to share those spoilery ones. I'm only going to share the ones that I would say have already been confirmed through articles and reports that we've already covered. But the ones that have like certain characters, I'm not going to go through that. But we have a closer look at the costume, and here we go. Let me take this out the way for you guys. But here he is. In his looks much brighter blue. We got the red trunks. He's got the yellow belt. I will say, and we got Mr. Terrific, but we're gonna get on him a little later. I will say my first initial impression is I'm not a fan of how wrinkled or just how this is not form fitting. It looks like there's too much air, too much space in it. I do like the color schemes. The color scheme does work for me because this is kind of what I assumed James Gunn was going to do in the first place. I assumed that he was going to go with a more traditional Superman aesthetic in terms of having the light blue, the bright red. I thought that's what he was going to do, and it looks like that's what he was going for. Then you also see he's got the yellow on the back of his cape as well with the symbol. So from the color standpoint, I'm with it. I'm not with this. Look at what are we doing? You got the folds and stuff, and here's the thing: it's not like David Corenswet is like skinny. Like, dude has been in the gym. He's been working out. Hold on, let's see, because we talked about this before. I think I showed y'all before. Yeah, here we go. Like, look at that. Buddy he's been in the gym, right? So he's been doing his thing. But it's kind of hard to see this when you got your suit all wrinkled up. It ain't. So anyway, I'm cool with the overall look. I do kind of wish it was a little more form-fitting. Here's a different look at it. You see, look at it. Why are you folded? What is happening here? This does look a little CW-ish. It looks a little CW-ish. Okay, again, I'm cool with the little layout or whatever. The red trunks, it does not bother me because that's what Superman started out with. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, I'm not cool with like what's up with the costume department? It looks like it's one size too big for him. That's all. It looks like he's cosplaying as Superman with this suit. So I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe this is just the version that we see, but the crazy thing is like, Superman, in this story, he's kind of already been Superman for a little bit. I don't know, is this a starter suit? Like, is this his rookie suit and then maybe later on he gets an upgrade? I don't know. So it's not the best looking, but it looks CW-ish. I'm sorry. It looks like it came like y'all not getting nothing for the costume department. The costume department, y'all not getting no awards for this. I'm saying, and I don't like doing the comparisons with Henry Cavill because honestly, all the suits have been different. But the one thing I'll say that Zack Snyder got right, the suit looked like, even if it had the sculpted muscles and stuff, it looked like it came straight out of a comic book. And I'm like, that suit worked. You know, again, I might not have been a fan of the aesthetics, the dark colors and tones and stuff like that, but the suit, the fit, it worked. And the costume department clearly was a lot better on the Zack Snyder version than this one. So I'm cool with the colors, but I'm not cool with the fit. Now we got to talk about my brother right here. Here goes Mr. Terrific. In case y'all did not know, no, he is not in blackface. This is actually the way the character looks. No, I'm not going to talk about the social media backlash that happened from a certain person that I'm not trying to have her followers come on here and start no mess. But I just, as someone who used to have a fro, as someone who used to rock a fro, believe it or not, just would have tightened it up just a little bit. Just saying, just, you know, just, I'm not saying he shouldn't have a fro. I'm not saying that. Because I believe this brother, that, by the way, this is Eddie Gathecki. If y'all don't remember, he played Darwin in X-Men First Class, you know, when they killed him off stupidly. He was also in The Harder They Fall. I just kind of wish they kind of tightened up the fro just a little bit, you know, because listen, even in the cartoon, let me see if I can get it. Even in the cartoon, in the comics, he just had a high top fade. Like, he didn't have some crazy looking, you know, ridiculous fro. Okay, here he is. All right, here you go. Look at this. I mean, you know, at least it was tightened up a little bit. Just little. Just, I don't, man. Anyway, his costume looks good. His costume does look good. I will say that. Now, it's not hard to mess up his costume though. You know, I mean, they could. Is he wearing some J's? He ain't even wearing no Jordans, man. They should have gave that man some Jordans. But they got his outfit right. His outfit looks good. I like it. You know, the jacket, perfectly comic accurate. You know, it definitely he looks hot. Like, it looks like it's hot outside, and he wearing this jacket and all that. But they got the face, the T face or whatnot. Yeah, you know, he got the T face right here too. So he looks the most comic accurate. But I still would have just had to shape up my man's, just, you know, just a little off the top, just nothing much, just a little something, you know. They ain't had no black barbers on set. I know they didn't. I know they did not. Anyway, guys, what did y'all think about the Superman set photos? How do you feel about Superman's new look? Are you cool with the colors? Are you cool with the fit? What did you think about Mr. Terrific? How do you feel about how his look, you know, is? I mean, you think he need to take a little something on the sides, and or maybe he's cool. I don't know. Whatever you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Y'all said they didn't give them a black job. I can't stand y'all. I cannot stand y'all. JM, what you got? First super stoop to need heavy starch and an iron. Yeah. Listen, or that wrinkle release. You know, I don't know about y'all. I'll be using that wrinkle release, that little spray. That's it for me. Let's see what we got here. I had a great, thank you, Chris. I had a great time last weekend and finally watched Twisted Metal. Oh my god, it was actually really good. I'm ready for season 2. I'm hooked. Your boy did great too. I don't know what boy you're talking about, but I'm glad you had a great time with that show. Very happy for you. Happy, very happy for you. One day I will finish that series. All right, let's see. We have, okay, we did that. Let's go through some rumors. Now, let me just say right from the top, these are just rumors. A lot of these rumors I do not believe are spoilery. And let me be very clear because I think some people might not understand my relationship with rumors. I do not like rumors that potentially can be spoilery for a film. Now, what do I mean by that? It's one thing if you sit here and say, "Oh, there's a rumor that Marvel's going to make this type of show for this character." Okay, maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Whatever. I don't care, right? If you sit here and tell me, "Yo, they're going to make a Nova TV series," fine. Whatever. I can deal with rumors like that. What I don't like are rumors that deal with what happens in a movie. If you sit here and tell me Captain America 4 has to do some reshoots because the screenings were bad or whatever, cool. I'm okay with that because it doesn't tell me anything about what's going to happen in the movie, right? It just tells me that they're doing some behind this. I'm cool with that. What I don't like, and I'm making this up by the way, so I'm not. This is not a rumor that's out there. I'm not okay if you sit here and say, "Yo, in Deadpool 3, um, Cyclops shows up and uses his mega blast and blows Deadpool into space." I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, I don't need to know whether Cyclops is in that movie or not. I don't need to know what he's going to do to Deadpool or not. These are things that should, in my opinion, be left for the movie to surprise us with. And unfortunately, there were other and by the way, I've muted most of the Deadpool and Wolverine leaks anyway, but there were, I believe that some of the rumors and leakers started showing some of the set footage of certain characters that are going to fight, and because of that, I feel like Marvel was like, well, it's already out, we might as well just put this in the trailer, and they already showing it, and I'm just like, see, like, this is why I tell people stop watching all this footage, because now you know it's going to happen. It doesn't matter how it happens. It's not going to be a surprise. It's not going to be as entertaining as it would have been if you didn't know about it. And stuff like that just gets on my nerves. So this is one of the reasons why I say, like, yo, either get rid of rumor and leak culture entirely, or keep it to just behind the scenes stuff that has nothing to do with what will happen in the actual movie. Let us keep and preserve our movie going experience for that, because these rumors and leaks, man, I'm telling y'all, they keep robbing y'all of stuff that you don't even know. Like, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and I'll you know, before we get into the rumors, there are two different things that can happen with these spoilers and these rumors, right? On one side, maybe you find something out, but there's still that expectation of, like, when you go to the theater, you're going to be like, all right, let me see how this thing happens. And you can enjoy that, right? So let's keep this fake rumor together that Cyclops is going to show up. Now you could be on the lookout and you want to see, how does the movie put Cyclops in, and how does it go down? Like, right, like that right there could be something that you can look forward to, and then you're going to be excited about, and it happens. Great. So that's the how. But it's the what that you can never get back. The what is the fact that now you know that Cyclops is going to be in this Deadpool movie. Again, this is a fake rumor I'm making up for this example. You cannot get that back. You cannot unknow that Cyclops is going to show up in the movie. You can definitely enjoy the ride on how he's going to get there, but you could have had that ride and the surprise that he was going to get there. So you get robbed of something just by the mere rumor or the leak. That's taking something away from your personal movie going experience. And it hurts the movie just a little bit. Maybe not a lot, but it's still an unnecessary negative. So this is one of the reasons why I don't like these things. Anyway, so we're going to talk about a couple of these rumors here. One of them is actually about X-Men. We've talked about Michael Leslie. He is going to be, so far, reportedly the writer for X-Men, the live action movie. One of the rumors here says that his pitch for the X-Men reboot featured the same characters as in the roster for X-Men 97. Good. That sounds smart to me, because if you sit here and start introducing new characters that people aren't familiar with, now, yes, us comic fans will be fine with it, but it might take a little bit more legwork, to introduce it to new audiences. So I like the idea, and I think it's a smart idea to take the lineup that's already proven to be successful. You've already got the winning formula from X-Men 97 and bring that over to the live screen. Listen, it's okay. Cheat. Dear Michael Leslie, cheat completely off of X-Men 97. Borrow whatever ideas you need, make it your own, and just present it to the live audience, to the theatrical, experience for us. I'm okay with that, because X-Men 97 did a fantastic job. So anything you borrow from that, to me, is a win. Next rumor we have is Marvel Studios is apparently working on a Namor project, and I don't know why. Now, I do not believe a Namor solo movie would work. I just don't. A Namor TV series, what, 6, 7 episodes? About what? So, I mean, I'm not that invested in the character right now. You're gonna have to give me some really compelling reason why I should care about him, because right now he's a supporting character. He's not like a character. It's not like he's not like Doctor Doom, right? If you sat here and told me, yo, Doctor Doom is gonna have a solo movie, yes. Why? Because Doctor Doom has very compelling stories. Namor, I mean, maybe he does, and I just don't know. But some of the coolest stuff I've heard of Namor is usually when he's messing around with Wakanda or he's doing some other stuff. But like, honestly, I don't see a solo anything that's gonna make me be like, all right, let me go check this out. So if this rumor is true, yeah. And honestly, I still got a bad taste in my mouth from Black Panther 2. I don't care. I don't care. So we'll see. Maybe they can come up with a cool story and maybe it'll blow us away. I don't know. But it's a no for me right now. Oh no, we've got some bad news here. And I know some people here are heartbroken over this. But it seems like a little bit more. It's added. We heard this rumor before, but it looks like the rumors are starting to pile on. And it looks like the Eternals. It was being developed, part 2, but it has now been postponed since it's not a priority at the moment. Oh no. So sad. Eternals 2 is not a priority. However, will I sleep tonight? I'm okay with this. There's nothing in the Eternals that I care to know about. And I feel like when it comes to these supporting characters and roles, unless you have a really deep story, which most of them don't, this is not the direction you need to go in. Like, y'all didn't learn from, these other size shows that just did not really work out. I mean, like, unless you're going to introduce us to a character, now I could see that. Like Nova, if they wanted to do the Nova project, that's fine. You can do a side little project because you definitely not gonna make that a movie. so that way we can get introduced to them. I'm okay with that. But like doing anything with a franchise that probably wasn't even all that interesting in the first place, we don't need that. And I've been trying to tell y'all the best thing Marvel can do is take these side characters, these side movies that introduce us to characters, and just start sprinkling them in other bigger stories. For example, I don't need another Eternals movie. I'm not saying we should get rid of the Eternals entirely. I'm saying put the Eternals in different stories, the characters. I don't need another Captain Marvel movie. Put Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, in different side, in different movies. That way, because that's the way the comics are. Yes, the comics have their own series, but guess what? Everybody's not a popular leading character, even in the comics. So if they're not popular in the comics to have a standalone series like that, just sprinkle them in. Tell bigger stories. I feel like that's what Marvel really should be doing at this point. Now that they have all their characters back, or at least the vast majority of them, they don't have to rely on doing all these solo projects. Y'all need to start telling bigger stories. Like Secret Invasion, that would have been an example of a bigger story that you can tell over a saga and just sprinkle in different characters at different times. Anyway, what do I know? Speaking of side characters, the Okoye show or series initially was centered around Okoye, is currently either on hold or it is possibly canceled. Yikes. And not only that, but Midnight Angels, the other show that was going to be about the Dora Milaje, is currently on hold or might even be canceled. Or maybe it's the same thing. I don't know. Maybe the Okoye show was the Midnight Angels. I don't know. Whatever. Either way, now let me be clear. I fully support the representation of pushing, Okoye's character. I want to see these. I love the Dora Milaje. I'm cool with them getting their shine. I just don't see a solo series as being productive. Again, what is this story that you're going to tell me about them? Because I'll be honest, when I'm thinking about Black Panther, I want to know more about T'Challa. And you cannot sit here and be like, but E-Man, don't you know there have been other Black Panthers and other people? Yes, I know that. I also know that for 50 something years, the stories have always been centered on T'Challa. Maybe because when they do sidetrack, they're not entertaining enough. Have y'all ever thought about that? Have you ever thought about that over the course of 50 years, even when Marvel tried to tell other stories, it didn't work. It didn't work. It barely works with other characters either. You go watch Batman and stuff. Listen, a Robin story only goes so far. You go back to Bruce Wayne. You go back to Batman. Even when Batman had other people put on the cowl and other people were Batman, that didn't last long either. Because we have grown accustomed to when we have a certain character that we have grown familiar with and we relate to, that's where the money resides. So yeah, you can explore all this stuff, but it has not always proven to work. So am I heartbroken that the Dora Milaje series or Koye series isn't happening? No. Do I want to see them featured in more stuff? Yes. I mean, when they showed up in Falcon and Winter Soldier, that was some of the best parts. When they was whooping Captain Not America, that was great. Those were fantastic moments for the Dora Milaje. Do I need a whole series of them? Probably not. So I'm okay with this. If it's not happening, definitely not going to be the end of the world for me. But y'all feel free to let me know what you think. And the last rumor that we have here, it's a Star Wars rumor for Ahsoka. In case you did not know, in Ahsoka, Ray Stevenson, who played Balin Skull, he had passed away. Did a really good job in the show. He was like one of the more interesting characters. And there was always a question of like, what do they do now? I already told y'all what they should have done. You can only guess what I told y'all that they should have done. When this character who had more story to go passed away, I wonder what you should do. Well, according to this rumor, Ahsoka season 2 will reportedly feature Balin Skull, but will be recast after the passing of Ray Stevenson. Would you look at that? I just want to see the people that says that this is going to be disrespectful. I want to know, and I want to see the people that say this is going to ruin this man's legacy. Have y'all seen him? I'm waiting to see the people that say, hey, nobody else can be Balin Skull but him. He did a great job. Rest in peace, Ray Stevenson, fantastic actor. He did a great job. I just want to see the same energy. Because it's very odd to me. It's very strange to me that we will be willing to keep white fictional characters going and nobody blinks an eye. But the second a black character has the opportunity to continue a legacy, keep the actor relevant, and keep people's minds on them. Oh no, we can't recast. Oh no, we can't fathom anyone else playing the role. And then the goal shifting starts to happen. Well, that character wasn't as important. And well, this actor wasn't as well known. All this, what? Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Because God forbid, and we just talked about this. I promise y'all everything. If David Corin Sweat goes out, plays a fantastic Superman, and everybody loves him, and he passed away, you don't think y'all gonna get another Superman? Like the next year, immediately? Before this, if Henry Cavill would pass away, you don't think David Corin Sweat still would have gotten this job? Stop it. Anyway. So good for him. I like the story. I like the fact that he's getting his due as the character and for the actor, because this will keep his, the character and the actor relevant for people. They will keep talking about him. So I do like that. So we do have one last rumor. And this will be something else interesting. We have another Wakanda series. This one I believe is going to be animated. And it seems like there's going to be more to it than we might have thought. So the Eyes of Wakanda will introduce a new Iron Fist and many Greek gods. I don't know how I feel about this. Again, this is just a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. First of all, why are we introducing many Greek gods if we're talking about the Eyes of Wakanda? What does Greek gods have anything to do with the Wakanda series, which, by the way, supposedly is about to be about everything else, Wakanda related without T'Challa, whatever? This feels like gentrification. Let's just keep it 100. You just had to find a way in a series about Black African country and people. You had to gentrify it with some Greek gods. You have to go get the olive oil and put it on him. Why? I mean, again, I know this is a rumor, but what are we doing? What's Zeus got to do with this? Kratos gonna show up? What are we doing? For what? The only god I care about in Eyes of Wakanda is Bast. Okay? I just care about the Panther god. And you know what? If you want to have some of the other African gods in it, that's cool. Because I'm thinking to myself, if we're going to deal with something that explores Wakanda, then let's explore Wakanda. Let's explore their mythology. Now, I think I'll try and I'll try and give him a benefit of the doubt here. If you tell me Bast takes out Zeus, I might be okay with this. Like if Bast gets into a fight with Athena and whoops her tail, I might be okay with this. Okay, so if that's what we talking about, so it all depends. Maybe listen, maybe there's a bright side to this, but I just hope that this don't turn into some gentrification. That's all. Let's not go there. Let's not go there. What was the other thing? Oh, Iron Fist. Hold on. Let me make sure I read that right. What did they say? It will introduce a new Iron Fist. What have I been saying for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 years? Please recast Iron Fist. Oh, I will be all for this. I'm 150% behind a new Iron Fist. Now, I do believe that the character, Danny Rand, is still good and he should continue. I do believe that. But I'm not going to stop y'all if you're going to get another Iron Fist, bring him into animation, get people a little, acclimated with him, and then bring him into the live action. I fully support this. I'm very okay with that. Now, what the hell he got to do with Eyes of Wakanda, that I don't know. I don't know. Now, in the comics, Black Panther did fight Iron Fist. Now, this was T'Challa, and I highly doubt they're going to do that. So maybe this is going to be an older Iron Fist going against maybe an older Black Panther, one of the ancestors. I don't know. But I hope that they keep that energy and just get another Iron Fist, period. Anyway, guys, what do you think about all these rumors? How are you feeling? Which ones are you hoping are true? Which ones do you not care for? Whatever you think, let me know in the comments down below. Anthony, what you got? Mr. Terrific got an ugly man unit. Here's the thing. It looks like a man unit, but I think that's actually his hair. Because Eddie Gatheki, he does wear his hair like that. So I think it's actually his hair. But this is why I said they got to tighten it up a little bit. That's all. I don't know. JN Okoye, To the People official novel is a good read. Okay. All right. I'm not aware of that story. I haven't read it. Listen, I'm always down for a good story. I'm not going to just say it can, like, nothing can work because it's fiction. But if you can give me a good story, and I'll probably need a trailer, I'm willing to change my mind about anything. So, if that's what it's based off of, great. Jan, again, Memnon was a Black Greek god, but I see your point. Okay. I mean, if Memnon's going to be in there, fine. Okay. But when the thing says Greek gods, I get the feeling that they're going to sprinkle that olive oil all over it. That's the feeling I'm getting, Anthony Mac, what you got? Captain Not America. Damn, E-Man, a certified petty man. He the one who fires shots at him. No, look, I'm talking about the other Captain America, not Mackey's. I'm talking about the other one, the dude, the other white guy that nobody likes. That guy, I forget his name, but anyway. But thank you so much, appreciate you. All right, since we already kind of tapped on that a little bit, and people was already hitting me up. E-Man, what'd you think about this? We gotta talk about this Iron Fist. Wow. Iron Fist on Netflix was not good. First season. Now, y'all tell me that season 2 was better. Fine. Whatever. I don't care. I was not even interested in watching season 2 because season 1 was so bad. And what made season 1 so bad for me was Finn Jones, the actor who portrayed Iron Fist. Everybody else, Colleen, all of them, everybody else was getting busy doing their thing. But I had zero interest in continuing especially with him. The writing was terrible. His action scenes were even worse. And I did a whole video on this because I needed proof. I needed some receipts. And I didn't see a lick of this dude doing any training at all. But he kept on, Finn Jones, the actor, he kept on teasing, posting little pictures of a Iron Fist comic, trying to act like he want to get back in there and do all that. And the whole time I'm like, yo, stop, because I don't believe you. I'm fine if they want to bring Colleen back. They want to give her the Iron Fist thing. I'm fine with that. Go do your thing. Let her shine. I don't need Finn Jones no more. That's an easy recast right there. Unfortunately. Iron Fist and his future get some optimistic update from Finn Jones himself. This was at a Heroes Dutch Comic-Con in the Netherlands. And Jones shared how he believed that there was still a lot of room for growth with that character. He said, I think I'm in a place professionally where I would like to continue to grow with that character. I would love to see the chemistry between me and Mike Coulter, that's who played Luke Cage. It was always fantastic. I think those are really interesting characters to put together. He's referring Heroes for Hire. If they would bring me and Mike Coulter back to do a Heroes for Hire TV series, I think it would be the right way. Can we go back to that other quote he said? I think I'm in a place professionally where I would like to continue to grow with that character. I've already told y'all I need receipts. I don't want talk because we've seen other actors, Colleen, the actress, like we went through her whole IG, saw her working, getting hurt, training, doing that whole, doing her thing. Finn Jones sitting here talking about like, well, I didn't have a lot of time to, train and stuff. But your other actors could. Everybody else had the same time train, but you couldn't. I showed y'all the video of the actual trainers basically calling out Finn Jones, saying that he ain't do nothing, barely even showed up to work. But now he's sitting here saying he's better now. He's saying he's working professionally where he can come back. I've told y'all I'm not a vindictive man. Okay. I'm not a guy that will hold a grudge. At least I try not to be. So if I see this man doing some work, if I see him actually getting busy, I'm willing to give him a shot. I am willing to give him a shot. Now, notice he didn't say nothing about, oh, I'm in the gym, I'm training. He didn't say nothing about that for Iron Fist. He didn't say nothing. But I'm going to give this man one more chance. And I feel like we should go through his IG right now. Just to see. Just to see. Okay. Okay. All right. I see you in the Iron Fist. I see. Okay. So I get he just playing around. Okay. So he got the pizza. Okay. So getting some gas. All right. No, okay, hanging out with some friends, whatever. Boy, he liked the vacation. Okay, he liked the sail, row your boat. Okay. Hold on. Okay. My man is posting the shirts with the abs. Okay. I feel like this is what I want to see, right? Not like, no Diddy, but I want to see my man working out, acting like he finna. Okay, he got to be training for Iron Fist. This must be what he was talking about. I believe it. Also for the show Venery. He said, also for the show Venery, I got buff. Have y'all seen Venery? And anybody know what Venery is? I've never heard of this show. Is this where my London people at? Is this a London show? Venery. So you got Buff for Venery, but not for Iron Fist. Okay, you know what? Maybe no, it's early. I'm sorry. He got to post something else. Okay, you getting buff for this? All right, cool. Let's see. I know you trained something else, right? All right, you got your little okay. You getting paint jobs? Oh no, that's still for Venery. Okay, maybe you trained a little here for. Ooh, somebody look at what they say here. How come you didn't train that hard for Iron Fist? Yikes! They calling him out. Yikes! All right, my man went hiking, viewing nature. Okay. He show like beaches. Looking at nature some more and taking pictures. Taking pictures. This man want to be Peter Parker. He don't want to be Iron Fist. Sir, I don't want you nowhere around Iron Fist. Just no thank you. No thank you. Go stay out in the wild. Go do your camping. Enjoy your life. Leave Iron Fist alone. Leave it alone. I'm saying you could have fooled us. You could have just said, like, yo, I'm in a karate suit, and just like you could have just posted something. But you out here into the thick of it. Like you out there a whole backyardian. What are you doing? I don't want to hear nothing else from him about Iron Fist. Like at all. Just I don't need it. Not from him. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this optimistic update for Iron Fist? Do you want to see Finn Jones come back? Maybe y'all like him. I don't know. Whatever you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Jay, what you got? No y'all movie update pertaining to the trailer for a certain holiday movie that looks like a good old lump of coal. Are you talking about Red One? Because if you're talking about Red One, I mentioned it earlier. It does not look great. Doesn't look great, but no, it only becomes y'all movie if it's something y'all actually enjoy and it's terrible. That's the only time it becomes y'all movie, or if y'all start hyping it up. Like y'all been hyping up Cat 4. Now never mind. Let me not even go there. I'm not even gonna go there. JN, what you got? Finn? No, bro. Coulter was stiff as Luke. We good. You know what? Even if he was stiff as Luke, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because there are not a lot of swole, dark-skinned black guys in Hollywood that can act. So I'll take it. I mean, it's not like Luke Cage got to do backflips, So I'm okay. That don't bother me. That don't bother me. Wait. Oh, wait. Quiet one. There is literally more action footage of Deadpool's baby arm than footage of Finn working. That's funny. And that's sad. That's also sad. Like I'm just saying, if I told y'all guys, I really want to be in Creed. You don't think I'd be posting hella videos and images of me boxing, trying to get in shape? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, bro, just show us. Method Man. He said he want to be a bishop for the longest. You know what he did? He posted himself as cosplay. He cosplayed Bishop. Like, why can't you just show us? Because otherwise, I don't believe you, bro. And you definitely need more people. Don't go asking your nature friends I need more people to speak up for you. Anyway, let me get to this one. Fantastic Four. Now this is a movie that is one of the treasure troves for Marvel. You know, I've already told y'all that I'm not super excited for Fantastic Four. Um, but that's more so of the movie. The movies have not always been that entertaining for me. The stories have not always been that entertaining for me, but I do love the characters. I like the characters when they're interacting with other Marvel characters. And the best thing that could come out of Fantastic Four is Doctor Doom. Um, so we already have the movie has been announced. We know the cast, of everyone who's going to play in it. But recently, Kevin Feige, the head chief of Marvel Studios, he was one of the first interviews on the official Marvel podcast. And on this podcast, he gave about like a 10-15 minute interview, and he was very, very excited for Fantastic Four. And actually, if you've listened to the interview, and I'll talk about some of the quotes in a second. If you listen to the interview, he confirmed pretty much what I've been telling y'all. Marvel Studios, Marvel the brand, they love Fantastic Four, I think, way more than the general public likes Fantastic Four. Because in the interview he said something to the effect of like, oh, we have all these Marvel properties that we're doing, Deadpool and Thunderbolts. All these things are our babies. This is what he said, like, oh, they're all our babies, we love all of them. And then he specifically went on and said, but if I'm being honest with you, I'm super excited for Fantastic Four. So that right there kind of gives you that indication of they do have favorites. Okay, let's be honest. They have favorites, and Fantastic Four is clearly one of those favorites. Now, this entire interview, I didn't hear one lick of Blade, but we'll get to that later. So he talks about Fantastic Four, and actually he confirms some things that we also were thinking about and speculating. So some things now we do have official. So when it comes to Fantastic Four, Feige said it is a period film. And there was another piece of art we released with Johnny Storm flying in the air, making a number four symbol. There was a cityscape in that image. There are a lot of smart people who noticed that the cityscape didn't look like the New York that we know or the New York that existed in the 60s in our world. Those are smart observations, I'll say. So, what he was talking about, in case y'all missed it, was this image that came out from Marvel. And if you look in the corner right here, above the letters and all that, you can see that this clearly is not the traditional New York City that we know. And one of the other reasons why we know this was from the 60s or a period piece is because when you see this picture close up, you see here that Ben Grimm or the Thing, he's reading something with Richard Nixon on there. So it kind of gives you the impression that, yes, Fantastic Four is going to take place in an alternate universe in the MCU, and it is not going to be in the 616. So, as I've told y'all, even in my other theories and stuff, because I saw people freaking out when it was announced that they were going to have a female Silver Surfer. Some people were already going crazy, like, oh my gosh, MCU, why would they do this? And I told y'all, just because they're doing that in an alternate universe does not mean that they're going to make that the official Silver Surfer. Matter of fact, none of this stuff feels like it's going to be official. This still let me correct that. What I mean by official, I'm talking about what's going to be the mainstay going forward. Okay. So it feels like all of these different universes that Marvel's playing in, I don't know. Maybe this Fantastic Four is going to be in the 414 universe. I don't know. But all these different things are a time where Marvel can experiment, they can play around, they can add different characters. But the real test, the real thing that people should look at is what's going to happen after Secret Wars. Not this next Avengers 5 movie. We don't know, Kang Dynasty, whatever. But after Secret Wars, what that's where we're really going to have an idea of who the Fantastic Four will be, what role they'll play. That's when they will bring everything together after all these incursions and stuff go on. So I need people to just relax. Everything that you're going to see in the next 2 years is not necessarily exactly what you'll see for the next 10 years. That includes T'Challa as well. Now, I've already said it would be smart for Marvel to recast and start over after Secret Wars, because at that point everything we knew could be washed away, it could be put to the side, and you could start brand new. You don't have to carry none of this nonsense over, but we'll see if they end up doing that. What else? Feige said there was some more here in the article. It also goes on to say that Fantastic Four will start filming on the Monday after Comic-Con, which would be July 29th. Feige says here, I'm extremely excited because those characters are mainstays, are legendary pillars of the Marvel Universe that we've never gotten to play with or explore in any significant way, apart from Doctor Strange 2 and a few fun teases before in the way we're doing that film. So I'm extremely excited. Now he has my attention. It sounds like we are going to have some other teases of the Fantastic Four, possibly before the movie comes out. I don't know if he's tripped up on that or not, but it looks like that we might get a little bit more of the Fantastic Four, maybe in a post-credit scene, or something. I mean, Deadpool 3 feels like it's gonna have the opportunity to just tease everything and anything in general. So we'll see what it does. We'll see if it matters. But anyway, guys, let me know, what do you think about the Fantastic Four confirming that it is going to be a period piece? It is going to take place in an alternate universe. Does this make you feel a little bit better going into Fantastic Four? Does it make you more excited for Fantastic Four? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Next up, we're going to stay on Marvel. Don't call it a comeback, but it seems as though, according to reports, that Marvel is actually going to be making a return, but not just any old return, but it looks like here that Marvel will be returning to San Diego Comic-Con and Hall H. And in case you did not know, Marvel had kind of pulled back from going to Comic-Con. A lot of it had to do with the strikes. A lot of it had to do with COVID, of course. But there was also a point where they just didn't really want to go back because they had so much stuff that they could have just done their own convention, you know. And I'm a little salty. I'm a little salty that they are going back to Comic-Con, because I specifically was not going to go to Comic-Con this year because I was like, oh, why would I go this year? Y'all not finna talk about nothing. Ain't nothing gonna happen. Y'all not even going. And now the rumor is gonna drop a month before Comic-Con comes out. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to go next year. Like, I've never been, but now I'm like, I have to go next year, at the very least. But yes, the rumor is out that they will be going back to Comic-Con. In case you forgot, this is where they drop a lot of big news. It says here this year's Confab is about to explode with the return of Marvel Studios to Hall H. And Comic-Con runs from July 25th to the 28th. Now, in case you did not remember, and you know, it depends on if you went or not. I remember, I want to say Comic-Con 2018. It was like 2018, or maybe it was 2017. I remember people were like, yo, we got to see footage of Avengers Infinity War. Now, I need y'all to go back in time And I need y'all to remember how thirsty we were for everything and anything Avengers Infinity War and Endgame at that time. Okay, that movie had those movies had us in a chokehold like no other. And I remember reading some of the reports, and they was like, "Yo, Thanos threw the moon at Tony Stark," and I was like, "What? Like how? What? How does it? What is it? How does that?" I was trying to rack my brain with the idea that Thanos threw the moon at him. Like the reports just blew our minds, back then. But that is kind of what happens at these conventions. Like they get exclusive footage of certain things, or certain upcoming movies and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to have some of that in store for some of the guests that go. It says here, no word yet on what Marvel will dazzle on fans. It says it wouldn't be a surprise if Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman show up, and they were to do some sort of special appearance. Now, what's interesting about that is Comic-Con is actually happening the weekend that Deadpool and Wolverine comes out. So more than likely the people that are at Comic-Con will already be, they probably already would have watched Deadpool and Wolverine. But maybe they'll show up and they'll, I don't know, talk about some other crazy stuff that happens. Let's see. It says here that maybe, they'll get footage of Captain America, Brave New World, y'all movie. You might get some more stuff from Thunderbolts. The cast might show up. With Yelena Belova, Bucky Barnes, John Walker, Red Guardian. Maybe they can all show up because that movie's not coming out until May of next year. You might get an appearance from Wonder Man, Yahya Abdul Mateen II, and Ironheart with Riri Williams. They might show up. They just finished filming. They wrapped filming on both of these. So there's a very good chance that we could get that, at least they will get some extended footage of those TV series. And then there's Blade, which is awaiting a new director. So let's talk about that real quick. As you guys recall, the last time Marvel was actually in Hall H at Comic-Con, it was 2019. They was announcing all these movies that was about to flop, like Eternals. And the biggest surprise that a lot of us got that we were really excited about was Mahershala Ali coming out to be Blade. This was 5 years ago. If you need to catch up on all the Blade drama, go watch my video. I got plenty of them. But if I'm going to try to be optimistic, I'm hoping that Comic-Con would be an amazing place for Marvel to come out and say, like, yo, last time we were here, we made an announcement about Blade. We've had some unfortunate delays. It hasn't gone the way we'd hoped, but hopefully this will make it up to you. And they sit here and they announce Spike Lee, Jordan Peele, somebody is going to be the new director for Blade. Matter of fact, bring out Wesley Snipes too. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Wesley, come on stage. Thank you for thank you for letting the MCU exist. Thank you for making all of this possible, Wesley Snipes. Here are your flowers. And by the way, here's the new director for Blade. That's what I'm hoping we can get. Because to me, I'm still saying that, like, I feel like it's not a good look for Marvel to have the one property that y'all announced, that you already teased with the little voice cameo, that you've had other movies be announced 3 years later and already get done filming before Blade, and you can't give people at least one official update. Just one. Keep in mind, Every single thing we've heard about with Blade has been reports or rumors. Everything. We have not heard anything officially from Marvel. This would be a good time to give a State of the Marvel Union address and let us know what the hell is up with Blade. I want to hear from Kevin Feige himself. What are you doing? And how are you going to make this better? Anyway, what are you guys expecting for Comic-Con? What are you hoping for? Is there anything that you're looking forward to? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Anthony, what you got? Funny how they can do Fantastic Four, but struggling with Blade. Not only that, Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts was announced 3 years after Blade, and they just got done finishing all of filming. How you gonna have a 3-year like head start and you still can't beat another movie? That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Let's see. Minister Crush, what you got here? E-Man, you calling Cat 4 y'all's movie is disrespectful. Why is it gotta be disrespectful? It's a black what? I don't. The movie starts off in Detroit about a man and and despite being named Clarence and his parents having a real good marriage, he became a Marvel hero. Listen, it's a beautiful story. I'm glad you like this. I'm happy for y'all. Like this is. I don't see what the problem is. I feel like this, guys. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, let me. Oh, hold on. Where's Minister Crutch? Because he always want to be talking. Are you going to see the movie? Let me know. Are you going to see the movie? Because if you gonna see the movie, sound like it's your movie. Are y'all really not gonna go watch Cat 4? Who not gonna watch Cat 4? Go on and say it right now. I'm gonna wait. Who's not gonna watch Cat 4? And then y'all tell me why it's not y'all movie. Y'all don't want to say nothing? Y'all don't want to say okay. All right, so y'all just talk. It's cool. I got it. I understand. I'm just gonna order some food while y'all sitting here acting like y'all not gonna watch Cat 4. But then I'm the bad guy because I labeled the movie y'all movie. I'm the bad guy. All right. That's not the point. What's the point? What is the point? Don't tell me what the point. You got some time. Listen, I'm gonna order my food while y'all go ahead and make up this excuse. Go ahead. Do your thing, bro. I'm gonna get my Chipotle while you doing this. Get the salsa with the chips. He answered yet? Nope. Okay. Nope. Yeah, go ahead and add that double meat for me. Yep. Dang, $19. What the? Ooh, y'all chicken aside. Ooh, that's expensive. My goodness. All right, go ahead. He answered yet? No, he ain't answered. No. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I'll be with y'all in just a second. I was trying to think because y'all be trying to call me out. I don't know why y'all call me out. I thought I was just speaking the truth, but whatever. Okay, my food's coming. All right. Hey, I got something for y'all. We have a Blade update. Now, I know Blade has been plagued with bad news. I know because I'm the one that usually has to give it to y'all. And I've been reaching and searching and waiting for anything that could at least give me a little bit more hope with this movie. I've told y'all this is a movie that's dear to me. I love this character, support and root for all these black characters and representation. I don't want this movie canceled. I want it to still happen. Once again, we have not heard anything official from Marvel. Nothing. But we have something. Okay, there's something. And I'm going to play it for y'all here because we actually had Mia Goth, who was interviewed for one of her other movies, Maxine, and she was asked, yo, what's going on with this Blade movie? Now, keep in mind, Mia Goth is, she is actually in the Blade movie. I believe she's reported to play Lilith, so one of the evil vampire people or whatever. So, you know, if anybody were to know what's going on in this movie, she should know, right? So, I actually have the clip here of her talking about Blade and giving an update on it. So let's get ready and watch it real quick. Okay. Let me get this up. Bam. There we go. All right. All right. So once again, this is Mia Goth, one of the villains in Blade, and she is actually responding to the question about what's going on with Blade, and the production delays.
Fans are very excited to see you making your MCU debut in Blade. Can you speak to any updates on that as far as production and your character in that?
Yeah, they really care. They do. They want to make a great movie. That's the sense that I get from them. And that feels good. Yeah.
First of all, I want y'all to look at this. Look at this.
Can you speak to any updates on that as far as production and your character in that?
Did you see her look for the Black Widows? Did you see her take a look for the snipers? Did you see it? Hold on. I don't know if y'all saw. Bro, she did a whole neck swoop like, wait a minute now. Where Kevin Feige? Hold on. Where they at?
Your character in that?
Whoop. Yeah.
Okay, coast is clear. Let me think about it. Hold on. There she go. She thinking about her life. She thinking about her money. She thinking about her paycheck.
They really care.
And then she got the politically right answer. Then she got the right answer. Good for her. Good for her. Boy, she was sweating. Hold on. You can see she was sweating. Hold on. Huh? Yeah. Okay, so what my agent say? All right. What did my lawyers say? Okay. Is my family okay? Yeah, okay. They don't know okay, yep, they care. They care. Hold on, one more time. I know she was looking for the red dots. You see, she was scoping. She was like, hold on, do I see any red dots? And bro, listen, I like this. I like this. All right. All jokes aside. It sounds like she is confirming what some of the other reports did say. The report, even though they would talk about how Blade, it was a frustration, and you know, the lawyer from Mahershala Ali said it was crazy and all of that. Part of the report did say that Marvel does care. The people involved, they do care. And I've already told y'all, unlike other projects, they apparently did give Mahershala Ali way more power than they would anybody else. They gave this man the ability to approve the writers. He can approve the director. And if he don't like the script, they not moving forward. He called them, by the way. Remember, Mahershala called Marvel and said, yo, I want to be Blade. And they was like, oh my God, okay. So they gave this man the keys to the kingdom. And I do believe after he has shown in interviews that he respects Blade so much, he's met up with Wesley Snipes just to get his consent, just to get his blessing. This man really cares about the project. I like this confirmation. I like the fact that we're getting just a little bit, and obviously she can't say much, but I like the fact that she is communicating that Marvel does care. Because I know a lot of y'all are out there saying, man, Marvel don't like the black man. Listen, maybe, maybe, but what I'm going to go off of is what's actually reported and not what's speculated. I see, and I'm reading that they gave this black brother the power that they don't give anybody else. I'm hearing this white lady basically say they do care about the project. Now, do mistakes happen? Yes. Do delays happen? Yes. Is it an ugly situation? Yes. But I cannot doubt their sincerity based off of what I've read so far. I think both things can be true. I think they could be absolutely mishandling and fumbling Blade on a production side, and I can believe that they actually care too. Anyway, guys, you let me know. What do you think about this update for Blade? Does Mia Goth give you a little sprinkle of hope? Does it kind of sort of maybe help you a little bit feel better about Blade? I don't know. Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right. Quiet one. What you got? I think Antoine Fuqua or James Mangold should be considered for helming Blade. They make films that have weight to it, great character, story arc. Well, Antoine Fuqua is currently doing Michael. I think they finished it, so I don't know if he'd be available. He's doing a Michael Jackson biopic, and James Mangold supposedly is doing that Star Wars movie. So I think he's also too tied up with that. Now, granted, we don't know if any of those gonna happen, but we'll see. All right, guys. This is the last topic. Oh, I told you I was gonna be short today. And I have to give you guys my review for A Quiet Place Day One. So this is going to be a spoiler-free review. If you have not watched the movie, fear not. I am not in the business of spoiling it for you. But I did want to give you guys a heads up about this film because I just recently got a chance to watch it. So let's go ahead and talk about it. So let me start off with a quick intro on the film. A Quiet Place Day One. It focuses on a woman named Sam, played by Lupita, as you see. She finds herself trapped in New York City during the early stages of an invasion by alien creatures with ultra sensitive hearing. Okay. So, in true fashion, let's go ahead and start off with what was good about this movie first and foremost. I think the first thing that I thought stood out the most, and that was probably a highlight, was probably the performances. You do have Joseph Quinn, who is on the left there, and Lupita. They're the main characters throughout the film, and I thought that they had really good chemistry together. As you can see, Lupita, she can act her tail off in her sleep. Like, this is never going to be an issue for her. She is fantastic, right? I mean, you get so many great moments from her, just the raw emotion. Obviously, the things that her character has to carry, the things that her character has to go through are spectacular, and she does a phenomenal job. She's wonderful. Joseph, he's also cool. He does his thing in this as well. You guys might remember him as playing Eddie in Stranger Things. He will also be playing Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four. He did a good job here too. That was fine. Performances were good. I think that, of course, one of the main things that everyone is coming in for is the tension. So you have a lot of good moments in this film where the tension is so high, the suspense is so thick, especially when it comes to the alien threat. A lot of them are definitely going to keep you on the edge of your seat. And I thought that the cinematography for a lot of these moments was also really well done. You have a lot of scenes where, like, it almost feels like Alien from the Alien franchise. Like, you have some really good shots where, certain characters are up close and personal with these aliens. And that, it raises the stakes a little bit. You sitting there like, hey, be quiet now. Don't breathe too hard now. So like that whole element, I thought that they did nail down pretty well. But the other thing I liked here was the world building. I thought that the world building for this whole film was pretty good. They did expand it a little bit more. Of course, this is a prequel to the other Quiet Place movies. As it says in the title, it is day one, so you are getting the story of what happens when these aliens do land, and when they start terrorizing folks. And the other thing I like is the fact that we do end up learning just a little bit more about the aliens themselves. But more importantly, I like the fact that we got to learn how the world reacted to this alien threat. Because, I want to say in the first Quiet Place movie, it was like 89 days after they've already invaded. So, like, you kind of wondering, like, yo, what has the world been doing? Like, what are the governments doing? What are the militaries doing? Like, didn't nobody figure this out yet? So there's clearly some time, but I did like that we found out some interesting strategies, some interesting things and ideas that the world started to do to interact with these aliens and stuff. So that I thought was cool. All right, that was it for the good. Now we got to talk about the bad. So, of course, you're coming into this movie for the aliens, right? Like, you want to kind of see, like, they're kind of like the main characters here in this case. I did not really like how they used them in this movie, mainly because the aliens kind of sort of felt played out. They started just appearing out of nowhere. I did not like the fact that we started getting random jump scares, and these were jump scares that had nothing to do with the story. They literally were just put in there to give you a cheap jump, a cheap scare. And to me, because they kept showing more of the aliens, it just kind of like decreased the impact that they would have. If you kind of think about the previous films, they didn't show so much of the aliens because we were trying to discover what was going on and that mystery was there. But the fact that they just kept showing them, and they showed them like very clearly in this case, it just didn't have the same punch, to me. So that part, I didn't really care too much about the aliens. The scale and the setting, I thought, kind of robs the movie of the one thing that made it work together, that made it work so well. The fact that it is in a big city, it is in, New York is obviously very loud. And the most unique thing about the Quiet Place is the quietness. It's the silence. So yes, it's a different dynamic. Yes, it increases the stakes, but you also lose that secret sauce that made this franchise so good. Next, these characters got on my nerves. They got on all my nerves. I mean, I shouldn't say this, the characters, it was the character motivations got on my nerves. And a lot of this had to do with the writing. So let's start off with Quinn, his character. He did not work for me. I understand that he was scared. I understand that he was terrified in this movie. I really do understand it. But I felt like they made him more out to be like a scared little kid or like a scared little puppy, instead of giving him like a really meaningful storyline that would explain his emotional distress. Now, it doesn't take a lot here. If aliens crashed on, out of nowhere, I'd be scared too. I'd be looking for answers too. I get that. But the way they wrote his character, I was like, why are you doing this? Why did you decide to do that? Like, what are you doing? Are you not like, it probably would have been better if they just wrote him as being on the spectrum or something. Because I was like, your character does not make sense as to why you're doing some of the things that you're doing. But it's not just him. It's also Lupita's character too, Sam. So part of her character, I did not really care about her motivation either. Now, it did make sense. Again, not spoiling it, but it makes sense given her character's situation. But I guess it was hard for me to really care about her specific mission. Okay, so in the movie, she has a very specific mission. Yes, I understood for her character what it meant to her. I get that. What I think the writing could have given the character a stronger purpose or a more, another more meaningful goal, given the face of what she had to deal with. Okay, so I don't want to give it away, but let's just say you really want something. And if you really want something, it's really got to mean a whole lot for you to go up against this crazy alien threat. So, for example, okay, this is not a spoiler or anything. If you sat here and told me, oh man, my kid is locked in my apartment on the other side of town, but the aliens are in the way, that's a meaningful goal for me to go face up against the aliens to go get my kid. That makes sense. I don't believe that the thing she had to go do or get or whatever was enough to make me care about what was going on with her character. Because I was sitting here, I was like, that's it? You finna risk out for this? That's it? I mean, I know why you want to do it, but really? Oh. By the way, they completely wasted this man. I felt so bad for Jamon Hansu. Like, why did y'all put him in this movie? I know he's part of it in part 2, but this man had 3 lines, if that. I don't know why he was there. Whoever his agent is, he needs another agent. He is not getting the roles that he deserves. I don't like it. But I have to talk about one other character. I don't even know if I have a picture. Yes, I do. This cat got on my last nerves. This cat was not the MVP that people online said the cat was. This cat, oh my gosh, made me so upset every single time. And maybe it's hard for me to care because I'm more of a dog person. But this cat caused so much unnecessary drama that it was starting to become annoying. All I know is most cats don't give a damn about most people. Even your owners. Yes, you might believe they do. They don't care about y'all. They only want to be fed and taken care of, and that's it. Then they go mind their business. You could be on the floor dying, and they just watch you as they lick their paw. They don't care about y'all. I'm just saying, I know I would feel some type of way if I were one of these characters in this movie and I had to deal with this cat. The cat did not work for me. Anyway, let me give my reason overall for this movie. A Quiet Place, day one. It feels like a tonally different film that was force-fed into this Alien franchise. So for those of you who like more sentimental, personal dramas, the themes and the characters probably will work for you. They probably will be more, effective. Personally, this felt like an entry into the franchise that didn't really move the needle for me. This was not a movie that I thought really pushed the franchise. So when it comes to a rating for A Quiet Place day one, I'd have to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's fine. It's okay. But to me, it fails to capture the unique theatrical experience that the first and second movie was able to capture. And what do I mean by that? If you went to the Quiet Place movies, especially the first one, it was so unique for me and maybe others. Everyone in the theater did not want to make a sound. People were afraid to even cough. People didn't even want to go through their popcorn and open their snacks because that element of everybody being quiet went through the screen and it affected everyone in the audience. That is something very special. That's not something you're going to get at home while you're watching this on your computer. That was something that only could happen in that communal theatrical experience. This movie didn't have that. I had people walking around in my theater. People didn't care. People was on their phone. Like, because it came off as a traditional, generic monster movie. It didn't have that same feel as the previous one. So if I had to rank all of these and stuff, I mean, the first Quiet Place movie, it felt so authentic. And you could really feel John Krasinski, who directed it, you could feel his personal touch on it, right? And the second movie, you can tell that it was like a studio cash grab because of the success of the first one. Because keep in mind, John Krasinski was not trying to make multiple movies. But if your first movie is low budget and it does well, you know the studio is going to want you to do some more movies. But it was still good because Krasinski, I would say, is a pretty good director, and he did a good job to make it work. But this third one, nah. This one felt like insert good actor, insert random director, because we just want more money. So if I had to rank them, I'd say that it goes in the order from 1 being the best and this third one being the worst in the franchise. But anyway, that's how I felt about Quiet Place Day 1. If and when you plan on seeing this movie, please come on back to this video. Let me know what you thought about the film. Maybe you enjoyed it more. Maybe you liked it less. Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. Excuse me. Oh my God. Did it? Yo, bro. This was my exact fear. He says here, can you imagine if you snore or have sleep apnea in this world? When I tell you I was watching this, because I am a snorer. I am a snorer. Little snorer. Stop. Listen. Don't. I snore a little bit. I'm dying. In a Quiet Place, I'm done. And I'm mad that none of them have ever thought about putting that in the movies. Because that's something where, like, oh man, you so scared, you trying to hide out in the woods, and you just sitting there. You ever snore so loud you wake yourself up? Imagine waking yourself up and an alien just like, oh, there you are, just in your face. That I'm done. I can't sleep. My first mission is gonna be to find one of them CPAP machines. That's gonna be my first. I'm gonna go to the Walgreens. I'm gonna get all the stop snore stuff. I'm gonna have to, because I'm gonna die first day. Not even gonna make it to the nighttime. Man, it's a wrap. Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. All right, guys, that is it for today. My food is on the way. Hey. I want to thank y'all so much for hanging out with your boy today. Wait. I think I gotta give some shout outs to people real quick. Before we go. Oh, my man Terrence, thank you so much. $10 from the Cash App says thanks for the Blade update. Brother, thank you for the support. I do appreciate you for real. But guys, that's all we have. We will be back here same time, same place next week. But of course, Monday we have House of the Dragon. We'll be talking about that episode, and then Wednesday, hey, the Acolytes, it looks like it's turning up. It looks like it's turning up just a little bit. So hopefully we're gonna see if they're gonna keep up that same energy in the Acolyte, and we'll be doing that on Wednesday. So I'll see you guys Monday, hopefully Wednesday, and then of course next Friday as well. You guys make sure you have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there, and enjoy the upcoming holiday. Let's see, is the 4th coming up before that? Hey, have a happy 4th. If I don't see you by then, save me a rib. Just one rib. Save me one rib. All right. Anyway, wash your hands, wash your butts, and everything in between. You guys know the routine. I will see you guys later.